Okay, hello everybody, and welcome back to the 5 Nights at Freddy's Iceberg version 2. If you haven't seen the previous two parts of this, then I recommend going and watching those because they're pretty important, offer some explanations, and they're where I did these first few sections up here. And right now, we're starting with this section, which has this weird looking shadow balloon boy thing, and yeah, we're gonna start from there, so hope you enjoy. Alright, let's continue. Bon in the vent. Okay, so there was a teaser for Sister Location that showed Bidybab and Bon being in the ventilation shaft. That's what that's referring to. Bon, of course, never was in the ventilation shaft. That he just gets thrown by Funtime Freddy, presumably at the door. It's kind of funny. Nightmare JJ. There was this myth going on when Nightmare Balloon Boy got released for the FnaF 4 Halloween DLC. That if there's a Nightmare Balloon Boy, there has to be a Nightmare JJ, because the only other time Balloon Boy's been here properly, he was in FNAF 3, but in FNAF 2, the JJ was there, but it was just a hoax, and it was fan-made, and it never really existed. Camera flipping. What? Is it referring to, like, flipping up and down the... That's a basic gameplay mechanic. You've lost me with camera flipping, unfortunately. I am not certain. Mini arenas spell out baby. Okay, so this is a thing where if you look at the extras menu for Ballora, the mini arenas beside her kind of look like they're spelling out the word baby. Here, extras menu Ballora. Images. Okay, here we go. This is what it's referring to. You can see the mini arenas here. You can vaguely see the B, a B here, and a Y. The A is a bit suspect. I'm not sure how that's supposed to work. You can see that they vaguely spell out the word baby, but not so sure about that one. Puppet in the office. Okay, so in FNAF 2, there's some sprites in the game files of the puppet appearing in the office, being held up by strings. It was never used in the game, of course. Ultimate Custom Night original roster. Okay, so Scott, when he was making Ultimate Custom Night, released images of the roster, and originally it was very different from the way it is now. I won't bother looking up a picture because it might be difficult to find, but like, for example, all the Trash Gang were different animatronics and certain people weren't there, like I think Phone Guy wasn't there and that kind of stuff, but it got changed when the game got released. Lolbit mask, occasionally in Sister Location, the Entered mask at the top of the control module would be Lolbit's mask. Lolbit is the weird XD version of Funtime Foxy, who is apparently not canon, according to Scott. FNAF 3 map is Anim Dude. Oh, okay, I remember this. So back in the days of FNAF 3, the FNAF 3 map, They say that it's supposed to look like Scott's... Oh, here it is. Would you look at that? They say it's supposed to look like Scott's avatar if you flip it upside down. So this is the normal map. Ignore the vent paths. You can see it there. And then apparently if you flip it upside down, it's supposed to look like Scott's avatar Anim Dude, which, to be fair, it does quite a bit. But I think that was an accident. I don't think Scott did that intentionally. Shadow BB? Shadow Balloon Boy? I mean, that's what that image here is. I'm not sure if that's referring to. I imagine it's a fan-made edit that might have been a hoax at one point, but I can't be too sure about that. I don't know if I've ever heard of Shadow BB. Bonnie running. Okay, so in the 5 Nights at Freddy's 1 trailer, Bonnie is shown running down the hallway for a short clip, and then he takes off his face at the end, which is interesting because Bonnie doesn't do that. Foxy does. That's Foxy's shtick. So this is presumably before Foxy was added into the game, possibly? We don't know. FNAF 1 Foxy and FNAF 2. Okay, so this is a bit of a complicated one. Back in the days of FNAF 2, people were like debating which animatronic was what, and there was a theory that the jump scare that you see of Foxy in FNAF 2 is actually FNAF 1 Foxy, because of like certain details on his face or something like that, but I never really got behind that. Like here, if you look at Withered Foxy, you'll see that this, which is probably a fan model, I think, yeah, here, this is the picture of Withered Foxy, right? And then you look at FNAF 1 Foxy, and you'll see that, like, yeah, but also these are clearly different animatronics. And then if you look at the withered Foxy jump scare, right? That's a fan edit. Here it is. Tell me that that looks even remotely like the FNAF 1 Foxy compared to the withered Foxy. Like, I don't think so. But anyway, I went on a bit of a tangent there. Autobiography of a Yogi. Ooh, okay. This is actually a really interesting one. I remember hearing about this. In FNAF 5, what the hell? In FNAF 1, Night 5, when Phone Guy makes his call and there's a bunch of distorted garbles because he got put inside of an animatronic suit, if you reverse that and do a bunch of audio editing to it, it's actually somebody reading Autobiography of a Yogi, which is this interesting thing. It means nothing lore-wise, but presumably Scott just took a recording of it and to make it sound like FNAF 1 was supposed to be his last game. He wasn't really thinking too much about lore, and he just wanted garble noise, but it's incredibly interesting and kind of creepy when you think about it. Because the phrase Autobiography of a Yogi sounds incredibly complicated, but it talks about sales and stuff. It's weird. Beta Nightmare Fredbear and Help Wanted trailer. Okay, so I don't know why this is way down here. What the hell? In FNAF Help Wanted trailer, the model used for Nightmare Fredbear was a bit different than the one that was in the final game. That's all that's referring to. What is that? Purple guy, apparently. Alright, Scrap Chica. I know about Scrap Baby, which is in FNAF 6. Okay, apparently Scrap... Oh! Yes. Okay, not that. Okay, so this appeared as a, in the logbook, and it was an image of what appears to be Scrap Chica. I guess that's what people are calling it, because it kind of looks like Scrap Baby. Yeah, this is in the logbook, and I think it's also, maybe it's in a poster in FNAF 6, I'm not entirely certain. Okay, I kind of know that one. Bear of Revenge. In FNAF Ultimate Custom Night, when you get certain amounts of points, you would get these two different, like, cutscene bits. One of them was, like, Chica's High School Adventures, like Toy Chica, and then the other one was this Foxy versus Freddy Bear of Revenge anime, and it was hilarious. Tell anyone about this and I cut your throat. I'm sorry, I don't know about that one. I'm entirely clueless. A point to the iceberg, I guess. Screwbolts and hairpins. In FNAF Sister Location, when Hand Unit is going on about his, like, thank you for coming here, he's like, whether this is the result of a dare, or saw our ad at Screws, Bolts, and Hairpins, and that's what that is. It's just a location that there was supposedly an ad, a job posting for the Sister Location place. Roxo 1987. No clue. Oh. Okay, so that's what this image is then. Apparently they made some kind of fan-made edit, I guess. It's weird that I never saw it if it was like this super famous edit, but I don't know. If it's this deep, it can't have been that famous. Epic surfing vids. Didn't they make didn't they make yeah, they made a whole lot of these fan-made edits that a lot of enthusiastic fans were like, oh my god, this is canon, look at this, and it was this whole ordeal. Most of them were just made, he wasn't doing this intentionally, but his videos often created a lot of hoaxes. He was just making them for fun. They were kind of cool. Cancelled due to leaks. In the days coming up to Sister Location's release, Scott posted on his website an image that said cancelled due to leaks, and on first glance you'd be like, oh no, Sister Location was cancelled due to game leaks. But actually, if you brightened up the image, it actually talked about the Circus Baby's Pizza World being cancelled due to a gas leak, which was actually a cover-up for Afton's daughter dying to Baby's metal claw grip. And they were like, it was just a gas leak. Because if you didn't know, Circus Baby's Pizza World is actually a separate location compared to the Sister Location area. Bonnie's guitar copyright. I think that's referring to, there was some copyright issues over the design of Bonnie's guitar, so it was changed slightly. Molten Freddy blueprint. Molten Freddy blueprint. Yeah, blood print. Oh, the blueprints in yes, in FNAF 6. Oh, okay. So basically in FNAF 6, if you got the secret ending where you get the weird egg baby thing and you press the blue button on the monitor, you'd get these weird blueprints. One of them was for Lefty, one of them was for the Scooper, and you got one for Molten Freddy, and security tags active. Actually, this is a really low res image. Actually talked about, it was proof that there's more than one animatronic in it. They were like entered. It's got Funtime Freddy, Funtime Foxy, and Ballora. And if you didn't know, Baby got kicked out of entered, and that's when they became Molten Freddy, and then that's why Scrap Baby is a thing. And that's why Baby looks so different, because Scrap Baby kind of had to rebuild herself after just being a tangle of wires after they got ejected from entered. Anyway, the original... Okay, so the characters' names, if you didn't know, Bonnie, Chica, Freddy, Foxy, were just supposed to be placeholders. But Scott ended up liking them, and they kept them, I presume? That's not too certain about that one, pretty self-explanatory. Blurred newspaper text. Okay, so in all of the FNAF games, when you saw the newspaper ad, there was blurred text around it, and if you unblurred it, sometimes there was lore hints. Other times it was like Scott thanking people for liking the game. It's just referring to the different things that were hidden in that. Hidden biddy babs and mini arenas. Another point to the iceberg. I don't know what hidden biddy babs and mini arenas these are referring to. Sister Location mature version. Oh, okay, so in the days leading up to Sister Location's release, Scott was like, I've decided that this game is too edgy and it is actually too scary. So I'm going to dumb it down a little bit to make it more kid-friendly, but I'm going to release the mature version in individual nights on Game Jolt. And it was actually Scott's old game, Sit and Survive, with a FNAF head. Thanks, Scott. Unused puppet frame. That's what this image is here. So this image was found in the game files, and it almost looks like the last frame of the puppet's jump scare in FNAF 2, but there's no white dots in his eyes. It's actually rather disturbing. Memory? I have no clue what that's talking about. Oh, he was the first person to beat 50/20 mode. Okay, good on him. I didn't know that. My apologies. Canceled theme park ride. Right, so there was this theme park ride that was supposed to be based off FNAF. And is the ride still in progress? Right. So they tried to build a FNAF themed like amusement area thing, and for one reason or another it ended up not happening. I don't know the exact reason, but I do vaguely remember hearing about that. Yes, FNAF in real life, just a hoax. One of the many hoaxes there were. People kept trying to discover FNAF like pizzerias in real life, and there was a bunch of fan edits like, look guys, I found Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, and I think there's actually a place out there called like Freddy's Pizzeria or something like that, and it was like people were like, guys look, but it wasn't real. FNAF 2 was meant to release in 2015. Yeah, it was, but then Scott was like, I'm Speed. That's all that is. Springtrap posters. Is that spring? Is that referring to in Springtrap posters? No, I don't know what that's referring to. The only thing I can think of is maybe it's referring to the rare screens in FNAF 3 where you could see Purple Guy inside the Springtrap. I'm not certain about that one. Plushies Take Manhattan. You know, I don't know this one, and I don't think I want to. Reversed bibs. Is this referring to the bibs that Chica and Toy Chica wear, and the fact that they're inverted? I think that's it. This will be the last section I do for this video, and then I'll do the final 4 in one big final part. Black Ice Frost Bears Incorrect Lures. Now we're getting into stuff that me, as an OG FNAF fan, probably won't understand. Black Ice Frost Bear? Oh, this is a FNAF special delivery thing. Okay. See, I didn't play or watch Special Delivery, so I'm not gonna know anything about that. Foxy was planned to be a wolf or a beaver? Yes, actually, Foxy was. That's Scott had a lot of scrapped animatronic ideas, and Foxy was actually the third of 3 decisions for him to be a wolf or a beaver. And wolf actually got reused as the twisted wolf or whatever from the twisted ones. Unused cupcake animation. I think this is referring to in FNAF 3, I think it was. Maybe, possibly. This might be something totally different. Unused cupcake animation. FNAF. I spelled animation wrong. Alternate cupcake. Oh, this is talking about FNAF World. Okay. Yep. Got it. Swearing in FNAF World. Oh, okay, so there was a cut line deep in the FNAF World files where I think it's Chica says something like, like and it's for the plane minigame when they talk, and it's like, do that again and I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. And then they're like, what, you mean I can't say that in the game?
Now I'm going to kick your ass! Wait, what? I can't say that in the game.
The line never gets used, but it's still in the game files. It's funny. Phantom Shadow Freddy. When Freddy is like hobble-jobbling across your screen in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, he's a black silhouette versus the actual jump scare, so perhaps people mistook him for Shadow Freddy. I'm not certain. Unused sister location game over screen. Ooh, this one's interesting. So, unused sister location game over screen. In sister location, there was an unused game over screen that looked like this with Baby. And versus the actual game over screen, which doesn't have Baby there, and it's just some static in the background with this text. For some reason it went unused. Perhaps it's due to the fact that you never actually die to Baby in sister location. You don't. Ever. I don't think. That's terrifying. Anyway, the 4th closet leak. Okay, so back when the FNAF book, The 4th Closet, was being made, there was a leak that revealed a major detail. I forget which detail it was, and it almost made Scott change something in the book. I forget what that was. Molten Freddy's eye color. Yeah, they're an orange, right? They're quite interesting, actually. Hold on, let's read what this says. Similar to the pixelated version of Entered, in which the player... Oh, okay, yeah. So now I know what it's talking about. In FNAF Sister Location, in the final cutscene after getting a 4-star, like beating all custom things on very hard, you puke up Ennard basically because your body becomes too decayed, and the eyes in there are orange, and that's what Molten Freddy's eyes are, which is interesting because possibly that means Baby had already been ejected from the tribe by that point, which is interesting to think about. But anyway, Nightmare Foxy tongue. Okay, so that's what this image is. In this teaser that says "or me," because there was a bunch of teasers like, was it me, or me, and people thought it was about the Bite of 87. But Foxy has this really long here we go. Foxy has this really long disturbing tongue, which is creepy as hell, but it isn't present in the game. Beacon Bonnie, no idea. Beacon Bonnie. Ultra Custom Night. Oh, Ultra Custom Night is a fan-made thing. That's like Ultimate Custom Night, but with more fan-made stuff. So that's why I won't know it. Phone Guy in FNAF 4. Phone Guy wasn't present in FNAF 4. Is it referring to like when you hear... Sometimes when you go to the door on Bonnie's side, you'll hear static, not breathing, but static. And I think that static is an old Phone Guy recording. I think that's what it's talking about. All right, so that is those 4 sections I think we got through in this video. And in the next video, I'll do these final 4 sections in one big final bit. Just to note, I probably won't know many of these ones way down here because if you ask me any question from the first 6 FNAF games, I guess 7 if you include FNAF World, I'll know it immediately. But anything after that, I fell out of touch with the series a little bit, so this is when the real game will begin and we'll see how good I do. But anyways, once again, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one.